welcome to my channel. Well, I don't know exactly how you would pronounce this. Jukmo or Jukmo. But let's talk about belts. Alright, so this is one, I'm wearing this particular one, but this is another one by that brand. And I'd like to say right off the bat, I'm not affiliated with these. If I put any link down there, I don't get anything if you click on it or not, you know, so it benefits me in no way. Whether you buy this or not, I'm just passing information along. Alright, so for the longest time what I've been wearing is a BDU belt. Now the disadvantage of this one is you can see it's semi, you know, flexible. That's nice, you know, that makes it somewhat comfortable. It doesn't stretch or anything. And the length, of course, wasn't right, so I had to cut it. Now the problem is you got to singe this just right, you know, to get it right and everything. But again, the disadvantage, you know, is of course getting the tension right. Now this one, it's just a friction fit, so it was fairly easy to adjust. If you wanted it a little bit more, you could just tighten it up and everything else. And for the longest time this kind of worked, but like I said, it's not as rigid as a duty belt or something like that. So I went with, I'd had one of these in leather before. Now it's nylon and everything else. I don't know exactly who made it, you know, but it's like the old Western belt or a, you know, a pistol belt. Now it's the spacing is not the same as on a military belt, you know, so you can't, I tried already, you can't take something like a Gerber Mark II, you know, with the little web hangers on there and clip it this and have it just right, because this is too small. But the problem with this, again, is your adjustments are based on this. What happens if the sweet spot is right here? Well, you either got to make some more rivets or something else. So this one, again, it was just a problem of, I could get it set for a correct tension for just walking around in the apartment, you know, and stuff like that. But if I were to clip on an SE4 or a Bowie knife or anything else on my belt, it would start pulling down. And the difference between almost pulling your pants down, I'm not into the sagging type of thing, you know, like that's why I'm wearing a belt. I don't want my pants to fall off. So the next step over was too tight. Alright, so I went with this, which is the, you know, it's a quick release type of thing. Where is it? Have I got it in here right now? Maybe not. Yeah, I put it upside down. It only goes one way, and you've got to push both these wings in to release it. So if you only push one, it's not going to come loose. If you worry about that, you know, it still holds it. But you have to kind of like reset it, you know, let it go in. Alright, the problem with this one is, of course, this type of thing is too wide most of the time to fit through bell loops. Now, I still haven't gotten to the one I'm going to talk about yet, but this was almost perfect. You know, almost everything was perfect about it. But like I said, tightening it on the fly. Alright, so now this leads to this one right here. Let me take it off first. Alright, so it's basically the same thing, but you have one thing that you feed it through. This one, you know, just to make it like a loop and everything else, you have to feed it through too. And like I said, tensioning and tightening it. I think this one's upside down, but tensioning and tightening it. I just got this clipped on there, but you can see it's a little bit more rigid. And let me feed it back on. Well, let me demonstrate with it off and everything. You can't see that my pants are falling down. Your pants are falling down. Alright, so another thing is, on this particular brand, I looked at their size chart and I picked a medium. It's supposed to be like 34 to something. Man, I got a lot. A lot of extra belt. All right, so I mean, you have to take the other part off. So usually what I do is I just disconnect this, and I just feed the belt through, you know, like normal, and then you just, you know, click this guy back through, and then there's an opening right here, right? So you don't have to figure out which way it goes. It just goes through the only opening available. Sorry, gotta do this. Put this on here, and then you just tighten it down to however tight you want, and clack. You gotta watch what I just did, because I almost pinched my hand there, but then it's good to go. And if you don't like that, you know, you don't think it's tight enough, you just pop it back up and pull. I don't know if you can see all that. Pow. And there you go, good to go. Perfect tension right now. And then I've got, like I said, I've got way excess, but this was done professionally. See how this is cut with like a hot butter knife or something, you know, and it just does it perfectly. If you do it with scissors and everything else, you know, I try to get the effect, but the main thing is you get these little chunkies, and that doesn't always feed through, especially if you've got something like this where the holes are not adjustable. You know, it's just like it's got to fit through that. And this one gives you a little bit more leeway, you know, a BDU type belt, but you can see again. So I really got to think this out when I trim this, but I don't need, I mean, yeah, it can work as a tourniquet or something, you know, extra carrying stuff, or I could double it over. But I could trim, probably, it goes from here to from my hand to my elbow. You know, now I don't want to trim it too short, because it's good to have a little extra length, but you don't need, you know, that much. A Bowie knife length, maybe 9 inches, I could trim off that. But anyways, in the meantime, I'm going to do it like that. Now, what I like about these type of belts are they're rigid enough that they can support a knife without it sagging. You see how this is like collapsible? This type of material is, it's also like 1.5 inches. It shows in here. It's got this. I thought, wow, are they giving me two? Are they giving me 2 belts for the price of one? No, I got a little, what does it say here? Correct usage. Please put the strap through the loops just like other belts. Buckle won't go through most loops. For more questions, please contact us. Warm prompt. Whatever that means. And then this is what, you know, focus on belts. Dear valued customer, your purchase means a lot to us, and we feel deeply grateful for your purchase. Thank you very much. We hope our belts can give you a good experience. Well, they're holding my pants up, you know, and that's a good experience. I like that. If you meet any problems, please don't call us. Oh, no, don't hesitate to contact us, so we can make it right, even if you're left-handed. If you don't feel it's the right size, you can return it or replace it. If the belts have any flaw, you can return or replace it. You can return of products without reason. Hey, I have no reason I want to return this. What's your reason? Hey, I ain't got one. All right, we'll take it back. But I need a reason. No, it says right here. Remember, our professional customer teams are always here to laugh at you. I mean, here for you. I don't mean to make fun of them. It's just I would have made fun of anybody on this one. Because like I said, again, I'm not sponsored by this company. I would give it 2 thumbs up so far. Other than I have more length of belt than I need. But hey, you know, you can always shorten it. But just make sure you don't do it so funky like that. Now see, this one I didn't even try. See? This is the way it should be. And the other one's still good. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Again, I'll put a link up there if you're interested in everything. If you buy it or not, it doesn't matter. So far, I'm impressed. We'll look right here. Not showing off my belly button or anything. But yeah, it's pretty easy, you know, once you've got it clipped, you just pow. Oh, my pants are falling off. Huh. Let me put this back down here. I gotta put my pants back on. But you know, once you get your adjustment, you don't have to do anything. You just click, and you're good to go. It's kind of like a seatbelt buckle or something, you know. You just grab it, and you gotta pinch it. You gotta pinch it for it to release. Not the belly. You gotta pow. Oh, I did it again. Here, let me hold this. Hold that. Hopefully I did all that without turning into like an OnlyFans or something, but still. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. This one, it was on sale on Amazon for like 15 bucks, which is not bad, you know. And I have an inside the waistband type holster that I can use for my Smith. It holds that fairly well. All I need is something with enough tension to hold my pants up. And that's a problem with loop ones. Yeah, you can always, you know, if you had leather, you could just take your awl and punch there and put a little rivet in or something. But I don't have a leather one. And I don't have to worry about, you know, leather eventually rots and stuff falls apart. And this is adjustable too. This almost had it. It was almost perfect. Now they make these, you know, it's got Velcro on one side and, you know, the sticky, the loop on one side and the fuzzy on the other. And you just basically use the same thing, but you just pshink. You know, it helps hold it and stuff like that. But again, once again, like I said, the actual material, this one is a little bit wider, so it flexes more. And inch and a half is not bad if it's most belt loops and stuff like that. And everything works fine. So there you go. There's my little Azula riding in its normal little spot. And I got my Jukmo. Hopefully you didn't see any of my Jukmo on that, you know, because the pants didn't fall down far enough, thankfully. So, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.